Hey, Dad. Alicia, Armin, Andrea, Chris, Johnny, Tyler, Carol's family, Steve. We've done a little bit around the ranch here. I got a few things up and a few more things figured out. But I got like way too many projects for my energy level, and that could be okay. I got some weed eating to do, knocking down some grass, piling it up. I've discovered, what is this, goldenrod, which has 1,000,001 uses, I guess. Makes a great tea, yada yada yada. Mystery tree down in the deep dark woods with kind of a different bark. Weed eating battery. Videos. I was just watching one on planting buckwheat. Some futile bamboo. It'll never sprout, but might as well try. Just planted cilantro in this one. I'm trying to boil water here. I pour it on the fire ants. Actually, it seems to do pretty darn good. I've collected some railroad ties from the store. Man, 20 bucks a piece. I need to build over. This is our septic tank right here, so I'm gonna build over it. That's some sort of decking, yeah, so it doesn't get walked on or bleeped. Yellow flags out there, if you can see them, are other fire ant piles. Haven't touched much back in that direction. My grape plant did pretty good this year. The other one got eaten and died. The birdies like this spot. I put up a little cage, a little wire bunch I haven't unrolled yet. They like sitting on it. I gave them a little bowl of water. They don't seem to care. This is part of a spot I meant to mow down short so they could get in and out without getting bit by snakes and whatnot. I saw another big snake down by the sawhorses. I pulled out some more wire, and a big black rat snake came out of the loam that was kind of curled up, tied in with the wire. I'm doing a couple terrible jobs of this. I've got the idea that this will block all the light and kill the Bermuda grass, but they're not complete light blockers, and the patch I did where all that green is growing this summer, I think it heated up and killed it. It wasn't the light block, but yeah. I got a $40 tarp this big. Wow. But I don't know if that's even worth leaving on the ground. Anyway, it is. Unfortunately, I tend to cover these things. That's a fire ant pile. Yay! But this is the kind of grass I want to chop down with the weed eater. It's pretty wiry. It's all gone to seed. But I want to chop some more of it down and burn it. Chop some down and pile it up and let it start mulching in. The idea is to get a good layer on top of this dirt. It's not terrible, but it is very sandy. So it's got a ways to go yet. Here's my root section. I've got beets and carrots and turnips. And so far the turnips are winning hands down. Oh well. My sunflowers planted, oh geez, not so long ago. I think they've only been in the ground for a month. They might, this one might blossom. If so, it'll be a lame one, but some peas. We like peas, but that's not really more than just getting some seed. I got some more beans, and I think a winter squash in there. I'm not real sure of the variety. And then on the far right, a cucumber. And then some deer-eaten sticks, which were sunflowers. So I have great hope for sunflower next year. But I'm learning. I'm just trying this tarp just on the grass. See if it'll knock it down at least. This is my water storage reservoirs. The well doesn't have enough pressure to actually make the hose squirt, so I fill those up and distribute. I'm trying what they call lasagna gardening. You put down a layer of cardboard and then layer up. And I've started with a layer of sticks, and then a layer of the mowed grass, green, and another layer of, I think, forest stuff, mostly pine needles, and then a layer of bamboo trimmings. And I'll put some grass trimmings on top of all that, and eventually put on a little layer of dirt. It's been cool and breezy the past few weeks, or since I've been back. It's been very nice. Right now it's 65 degrees, cool. There's a big bird sitting in that tree. The dead one in the middle. Let's see if it'll let me do anything. Nope, no zoom. But it's right there. I think. It's hard to tell with the birds around here. I don't automatically know the shape. But that's the property line in the woods right there. Up against that first tree, second tree. Anyway, it's a decent section. There's probably 30 pine trees and 100 of these gum trees and maybe a dozen oaks and a couple of hickories. And the bamboo is over in there. Yep, it was a bird. It flew away. We got the turkey vultures here. There's another bird on top of that one, way in the distance too. So they're scoping. It's okay bamboo. It's not real thick, but it's bamboo. It's tall. It's got 1,000,001 uses. Whether it's fencing or stakes. I got some thinner ones. I got piles of cinder blocks rescued from the forest. I gotta fill this bed up. It took forever to put together. Probably about 100 screws already, and there's a little cover for it. It'll be in the nook here. This way is southwest. So this will be an awesomely warm spot. This might be where I move my tropical things. Those are elephant ears. This grassy type stuff is, I forget, but it's something that would grow in Florida very nice. Here's a little view. I've got 2 avocado trees and a pineapple tree. So those will be fun. That avocado looks not unhappy. That one's, well, we'll see. But I should transplant them both into that new garden bed because they'll be warmer there and get better sun in the winter. We'll not know what happens in the summer till then. These guys are just native plants. The flowers, black-eyed Susans, and they've been very prolific as volunteers. This is lemongrass. It might be a perennial here. Does not seem to spread, so I'll have to help that out someday. But it jumped up another foot after I planted it. from the container, and looks like it's happy. Oh, Car's got another engine light on, yay. Here's my blueberry. It didn't do anything after I planted it. This is the fall time yard here. Black-eyed Susans are awesome. The little pink flowers, these vines. Just vines everywhere. Some of the old school wheatgrass, or whatever grass. So I thought that was like a monster, and it might be, but I'm starting to believe it might be a good one, actually. Seems to be an annual. Some big, probably sneeze weeds of some sort. Lots of yellows this time of year. The goldenrod was yellow. This one's yellow, and it is not a black-eyed Susan. I don't know what it is. Oh. Might be one of the things I actually planted around here. It's possible. If so, yay. Mostly I grow a really nice crop of this fire ant stuff, though. It's very easy, requires no care, no maintenance. Just a lot of, well, it does require care to not do that too often. Anybody home? Anybody home? Knock, knock. Knock, knock. They're chilly. So I'm hoping pouring boiling water into their hole this time of day will catch a few of them being all snuggly in their nest. And it seems to work as good as the poisons. This was my earliest black-eyed Susan spot, so I'll be scraping this off for seed soon. And they say just to blend that with the soil, I think, so I'll do that. It's easy. I haven't touched all this either, this hill. The neighbors' dogs like to chew trash from the other neighbors, and I'm in between, so whoop-de-doo. My actually 12 by 12 pad, so I'm gonna figure out how to probably overpay for a shop to get delivered or built on that spot. I'm gonna have to work on this tree. Supposedly it cranks out berries, very edible, very tasty berries. All I know is it's being overgrown by this oak big time. I don't want to chop down the oak. It is kind of in the way of the farm, but I have to be real. What am I going to farm of this? Probably what I got enclosed. But I'd like to goof with the rest of it, and a big tree does not hurt. I wish I could remember the name of the tree. It's been escaping me lately. But I probably need to cut down the far two trunks and chop that down about, I don't know, in here or all the way down and let it come back. They say on the internet that's the way to go. My well's been doing pretty good. I haven't tested the water or anything. I figure maybe come spring I'll do the soil and the water. Just doesn't seem to be important right now. It's more getting some of this infrastructure up. It's like I've got asparagus little plants right now. Where do I put them? Thinking on, there's little swales in here, so little high points. But it's good drainage, so maybe I want the low points where the water will collect for a while. So I'm thinking maybe off the roof shed. It gets an afternoon shade too, which would probably help. A little bit of environmental protection, which might help. I don't know what a lot of this stuff is, if it's native. I figure it's native if it's got bugs on it. This guy's got a grasshopper eating it. And a spider. They're getting along. Oh, my water's boiling. Let's go kill a red ant pile. Yay.